The galaxy had long trembled under the rule of the Zarquin, a ruthless and ancient alien empire. Their fleet was feared throughout the stars, their weapons unmatched, and their reputation for slaughter left worlds in ruins. For centuries, they had conquered planet after planet, leaving only destruction in their wake. No race, no species could stand against them. That was, until the day they killed a human child. The Zarquin had never understood humanity. They saw them as weak, insignificant, and primitive, a species unworthy of notice. But they were wrong, terribly wrong. It started with a small, unassuming colony on the edge of the Orion cluster. Humans had established a settlement there, a peaceful world where children played in the streets and farmers tended to their crops. The Zarquin had no interest in the humans at first. They were just another insignificant species to crush. Yet, when the Zarquin scouts reported the colony's existence, the Empire saw it as a waste of time until they heard about a child, a prodigy born with an exceptional gift. Her name was Selene, a child no older than 7, yet her intelligence was beyond anything the Zarquin had encountered. She could solve problems that left their best engineers stumped. Her creative mind could conceptualize new technologies at an astonishing pace, and her understanding of biology and engineering surpassed even the finest Zarquin minds. Intrigued by this human anomaly, the Zarquin sent a team to capture her, intending to use her abilities for their own gain. But they underestimated the spirit of humanity and the ferocity that lay hidden beneath the skin of those they deemed weak. On a quiet, peaceful evening, as the stars above blinked peacefully in the vastness of space, the Zarquin descended upon the colony. They struck swiftly and without mercy, their soldiers tearing through the streets, destroying everything in their path. The humans, caught off guard, fought back with desperate bravery, but it was no use. They were no match for the Zarquin's advanced weaponry. Amidst the chaos, Selene was captured, her parents slain in the streets as she was dragged away. The Zarquin wasted no time in transporting her aboard their flagship, a massive warship that loomed like a dark shadow in the void of space. They were determined to extract the secrets of her genius, to bend her to their will. But they had miscalculated one crucial detail. They had underestimated what would happen if they killed a human child. Selene was no ordinary child. As the Zarquin conducted their experiments and tried to break her spirit, something inside her awakened, something that had been lying dormant, hidden from the galaxy for millennia. It was the unrelenting fire of humanity, the will to survive and fight against impossible odds. And in that moment, Selene's mind, sharp as a blade, forged a plan. It wasn't long before the Zarquin realized that they had made a grave mistake. The child they had captured was not a mere source of knowledge. She was a catalyst, a spark that ignited a fire they could never have imagined. As Selene sat in the cold, sterile chamber aboard the Zarquin flagship, she did something that shocked the invaders to their core. She accessed their systems. With a combination of raw ingenuity, cunning, and the will to survive, she infiltrated the flagship's command network. Her young hands worked feverishly at the controls, rerouting power, disabling shields, and opening the weapon systems to her command. But it wasn't just the flagship that felt the impact. The signal Selene sent out reverberated through the Zarquin's network, a ripple in the system that activated every dormant human resistance group in the galaxy. The human spark had been lit, and it spread like wildfire. The torpedoes shot out with deadly precision, their speed a blur as they streaked across the vast distances between the Aegis Asterisk, and the nearest Imperial ship. The first ship, a destroyer-class vessel, barely had time to respond before the first torpedo slammed into its hull, tearing through its shields and ripping the vessel in half. The explosion lit up the dark expanse of space, a signal of defiance to the Empire. What the hell just happened? The voice of the Imperial commander echoed across the comms. It was chaos. The Empire's fleet scrambled, trying to pinpoint the location of the attacking ship, but the Aegis Asterisk had already moved, cloaking itself once again and slipping into the shadows of space. The next round of torpedoes was already primed, and Shaw fired them with even greater accuracy, targeting the weak points of the Imperial ships. Another destroyer exploded in a brilliant fireball, and a cruiser was crippled, its engines sputtering and falling silent. The Empire's response was swift but ineffective. Their ships were massive, their firepower immense, but they lacked the speed and maneuverability of the Aegis Asterisk. The human ship darted through their ranks, striking at one vessel after another. With each shot, the odds of the battle shifted ever more in humanity's favor. "Captain, they're trying to adapt. They're sending out specialized hunters to track us," Lieutenant Ramos warned. Shaw's lips curled into a smile. "Let them. They're not going to catch us." For hours, the battle raged in the cold, unforgiving silence of space. The Empire's fleet, once a symbol of invincibility, was now in disarray. Their ships, their technology, and their arrogance had all been their downfall. Humanity's ingenuity, their relentless spirit, had torn through the Empire's forces like a blade through paper. Finally, the Empire's flagship, the Dreadnought Leviathan Asterisk, began to retreat. Shaw watched as it slowly turned, its engines igniting in an attempt to escape the devastating onslaught. But Shaw wasn't about to let them go. He fired the last of his torpedoes, sending them straight toward the retreating flagship. The Leviathan Asterisk erupted in a fiery explosion, its massive form disintegrating in a shockwave of destruction. In that moment, the remaining Imperial forces knew the truth. Humanity was no longer a species to be ignored, no longer a race that could be easily crushed under the boot of the Empire. The Aegis Asterisk was battered, its hull scarred from the relentless battle, but its crew had achieved the impossible. One ship, one crew, had shattered the Empire's fleet. The message was clear. Humanity was here to stay, and they would not be forgotten. As Shaw gazed out over the wreckage of the Imperial fleet, a sense of pride filled his chest. The odds had been overwhelming. The Empire had been certain they could annihilate them, but in the end, humanity had emerged victorious. And for the first time in centuries, the galaxy had to reckon with the truth. Humanity was not to be underestimated. Not ever again.